that you are with me in this matter. Before usually I commence proceedings, I always take a count of those present. I'm not happy with the situation. I did indicate from the very beginning of this meeting that I have the records of attendance for the first meeting and the second meeting. I decided for good reason not to publish them, but to give you the last opportunity. It looks like that is a catastrophic mistake I made. I should have brought it out and referred members to the Privileges Committee. I thought that was not a good way to start this third meeting. But it's like that's encouraged members not to be present. 276 strong members of Parliament. It's for good reason we decided that we'll sit in the afternoons so that you can take the morning to attend to committees, prepare your reports, attend to your constituents, and that by 2, then you'll be ready to sit. Again, that's the period you can also interact with the ministries, because there is a time established by law for public servants to report to work and to close from work. And so that is a good time for you to have the opportunity to interact and chase things for and on behalf of your constituents. It's for these good reasons we decided to start sitting at 2. I also encourage the fact that the time people are working, they may not have opportunity to observe you and participate in whatever you do. But in the evenings, they'll have the opportunity to sit, watch, advise you, and also make some inputs. That, again, we are not taking advantage of. I'm saying this for the last time. I've given directive to the clerks at table to take the records for this meeting. And please, we have the standing orders. We know what they say. We'll be taking action to make sure that we compel members to sit or to be considered to have vacated their seats. This matter, I will say no more. Now proceed to the second communication. And this one is on the subject of a new thing we are starting in the House. Practice and Procedure Week. This is going to be the maiden Practice and Procedure Week of Parliament. And I want to take this opportunity to inform the House that the Parliamentary Service, through the Legislative Management Services area, is organizing the maiden edition of the Practice and Procedure Week from Monday, 3rd, to Saturday, 8th November 2025. This initiative forms part of the continuing efforts to enhance institutional efficiency, professionalism, and procedural consistency in the conduct of parliamentary business. The objective of the Practice and Procedure Week is to build the knowledge and skills of both honourable members and staff in parliamentary procedure, ethics, and best practices. It also provides an opportunity for collective reflection and exchange on modern trends in legislative management. Again, the objective is aligned with Parliament's broader institutional modernization agenda, particularly in the following areas. 1, digitization and integration of technology into legislative workflows. That's where all parliaments are moving towards. 2, strengthening the capacity and effectiveness of committees for enhanced oversight. And 3, promoting civic engagement and transparency in the work of Parliament. So throughout the week, there will be seminars, panel discussions, and interactive sessions involving current and former members of Parliament, clerks, and other procedural officers and staff, all aimed at deepening procedural knowledge and improving operational efficiency. Honourable members, I accordingly urge all honourable members to participate actively in the scheduled activities of the Practice and Procedure Week, as the insights gained will further strengthen the institution and improve the quality of service rendered to the Ghanaian people. I will personally open this week formally on Monday, 3rd November 2025 at the Right Honourable Justice D.F. Anand Auditorium. Honourable members, kindly pass on this information to your colleagues and make it a point to be present. It will be a very engaging week, and we hope at the end of the day, members will be better equipped, this House will be strengthened, doors will be opened for our partners, particularly the public and civil society, to engage us, for us to collectively entrench democratic culture in our country. I thank you for the listenership. Let me, on your behalf, acknowledge the presence of students from the Marseille Presby Basic School. They are led here by the head teacher of the school, by name Michael Adai. And this school is located in the Abuakwa South constituency. The number we have here, and they are very visible at the right side of the public podium, are 68 in number, 68 in number. I want, on your behalf, to warmly welcome them and to congratulate the organizers for doing a good job. This number is quite huge, but they should not be discouraged by the cost, because the benefits are more than the cost. So you are welcome. Please take a few minutes, look at your members, listen to what they say, learn a few things, even though you are very young now, but at least as you grow old and get to higher positions and perform better than us, you recall this day you were in Parliament. So, Headmaster, congratulations for leading the team. And I see that you have a number of tutors, particularly our women. A few gentlemen are behind. I'm only identifying you by your size, and I'm assuming that you are tutors. So you are welcome, and please resume your seats. Now, we move on to the next item. Item 5 on the order paper. Correction of votes and proceedings and official reports. We'll start with the correction of votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 28th October 2025, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 8, page 9. Yes, Honourable Member.
Speaker, thank you so much. Mr. Speaker, just a minor correction. The page under review, the third paragraph and the very last line, after Article 60, Clause 8, the word there, the next word should be deleted so that we set off there before 1992 Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Table of Office, kindly take note. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. Page 13. Page 14. And page 15. Honourable members, sorry, page 15, yes.
Speaker, as always, your guidance is supreme. Page 15, item IV, or VI, sorry. Principal, Seventh-day Adventist College of Education. Speaker, my understanding is that there are two of them. So if the clerks at table could specifically add the one in reference over here. Then again, item, the same page, III. Principal, National Conference of Principals, President, National Conference of Principals of Colleges of Education, and Principal. After that, there should be comma before Accra College of Education. Thank you, Speaker.
Honourable Member, I got your second correction. The first one is what I don't seem to have seen on my copy. The VI I, Roman 6. We have principal, comma, Seventh-day Adventist College of Education. That is what I have.
Yes, Speaker, truly so. But I was seeking your guidance because there are two of them, per my understanding. Seventh-day Adventist College of Education in the country. So one is in Agona and one is in, understandably, Asokori. So I don't know which of them is in reference here. That's why I was trying to draw the attention of the cluster table to specify or specifically tell us which of them. Thank you.
Yes, clerk at table, please identify the location of the College of Education. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the votes and proceedings of the fifth sitting, dated Tuesday, 28th October 2025, as corrected, are hereby adopted as the true record of proceedings. I have 2 copies of official reports. The first dated 21st October 2025 and the second 22nd October 2025. Honorable members, do you have copies so that we can start correction? Silence means consent. So we start with the Tuesday one, 21st October 2025. Any corrections, members? Yes, honorable member.
Speaker, if you may, I wish to elect you for high praise. Speaker, I've seen lots of innovations here. We thank you so much because it's giving us more detail. Column 36, the very first line, Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation. In this particular regime, we have Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. So if we could delete the word innovation. Then again, Speaker, with your kind indulgence, column 43, paragraph 3, line 7, Environmental Protection Agency, if we could delete agency and replace with authority. Then the very last one, column 59, item II, under Ministry of Education. The Apentin Akpia Minka University of Skills, Training and Entrepreneurial Development is one word. Over here is separated, if that could be corrected. Thank you so much, Speaker.
Honorable member, I commend you highly for your eagle eye and your editorial skills. It's not easy for...
Speaker, thank you so much.
It's not easy for many to see this. It's not easy. So we thank you so much. Please, the Hansard Department should take note, and clerks at table draw their attention to it. What the last one he referred to affected the next rendition, and they should be separated. So you have Roman 2 and Roman 3. Please kindly take note. Yes, honorable member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I official report Tuesday, 21st October on page VII. There is under the
Honourable member, I didn't hear you. You said what?
Page, that's column VII, Mr. Speaker.
Sorry?
VII.
VII.
Mr. Speaker, yeah. Under alphabetical number M, we have the line 1, Muhammad Abdul Kabiru Tia, Esquire is attached. Mr. Speaker, the Esquire is not part. Maybe replace it with PhD or doctor. I think that would be. The error of GTech is so common, Mr. Speaker. So I'm not Esquire. I am.
You said page.
Mr. Speaker, that is the official report for the Tuesday, 21st October. We have,
your colleagues are seriously correcting you, but you are not paying attention.
Mr. Speaker, I did correct that. You said column VII, and I'm saying the official report of Tuesday, 21st October 2025, column VII. And
yes, you were not saying column, you were saying page.
Mr. Speaker, right also, on the first rendition, when I was corrected, I came back with the right rendition. But I mistakenly said page VII initially.
But you meant column?
Column VII, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, honourable members. He is crying over his head, so please understand him. He is not Esquire, so kindly delete that from his name. He doesn't want GTech to have problems with him. But my good son at GTech, I'm not sure I will err if I call Azuma Nelson professor. Would that be wrong, honourable members? Professor Azuma Nelson. That is wrong. Who corrected it and it's wrong? Why?
Mr. Speaker, the rules are that honorary professorship are not supposed to be recognized as such, that you call yourself professor just because you have been honored. Professorship that are acquired academically or by way of promotion are those that are legally accepted to be used and to be called as such, Mr. Speaker.
What is your name?
Mr. Speaker, my name is Abdul Kabir Tia Mahama.
Are you the one who gave yourself the name?
Mr. Speaker, no, I didn't give myself the name. My parents actually conferred that name on me at birth.
And so if I confer professorship on Azuma Nelson, you are saying that that would be wrong. Why?
Mr. Speaker, because if there is a regulation guidance, just like I cannot call myself Esquire, because I've not been to the Speaker, I've not been to the Ghana School of Law. And why would I want to assume Esquire, Mr. Speaker, when I have not been to the Ghana Law School? So why would you want to call yourself a professor or the Speaker when you are not duly conferred as a Speaker? Mr. Speaker, I think that your nephew is doing the right thing.
I know that a lot of you are referred to as speakers in your constituencies. Well, maybe, no, we're not talking about numbers. Because I know about a lot of youth parliaments, either in schools or in communities. You know, they have a lot of parliaments and they have a lot of speakers. They don't need to be conferred by this House, but they are speakers. If you're dealing with academia and you talk about professorship, yes, GTech is 100% right. Outside academia, if you're dealing with skills, you're dealing with competencies and other areas of specialty, there's nothing wrong in calling the person either doctor, professor, or whatever. But in academia, there's everything wrong. Long before you were born, there were a lot of professions that were called learned professions. Education was one. Medicine was the other. Law was the other. Only lawyers decided to continue to call themselves learned friends. The others dropped along the line. Are you with me? So this is a very controversial area. I don't need you to debate me in this matter. I want GTech to debate me. And I've invited him to come and debate me and convince me that it's wrong. Oh, I have not invited any young lady into this matter. This is the speaker expressing his free speech. And if I'm wrong, you are all allowed to say that, Mr. Speaker, this one, you got it wrong. But because I was born before you, I know that all the titles we give to Aristotle were given names. Because God created us, and those of you who are learned in the Bible know that we gave names to all the creation. And so names are given. Titles too are given. There are some, yes, Professor Azuma Nelson earned it. Maybe the time he was in full flight, you were not born. Honorable members, let's complete the correction of official report. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think the issue raised by my colleague is a general issue. When you go to column 1, III, alphabetical list of members of Parliament, the Speaker, it appears that virtually everybody there is an Esquire. And even myself, my name is there's an Esquire there. I've seen a lot of names, Esquire Charles Forson, Esquire. Everybody virtually is an Esquire here. I don't know if the table would revert their attention to it and correct it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, we assume that because it's a given name, we all assume that we are Esquires. Thank you.
Honorable member, you are right. I think the person conferring the Esquire on you hasn't got that mandate or authority to do so. But for me, seated here, I can call Azuma Nelson Professor. And nobody can take that away from me. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I just needed guidance from you with regards to the Esquire. What's the meaning of Esquire? Mr. Speaker, I may be wrong. My understanding is that Esquire means Mr. And anybody can be called Mr. So, Mr. Speaker, if you can help us, the meaning or implication of the word Esquire. If my little understanding of Esquire means Mr., and you can be even from secondary school, you can be addressed as Mr. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I'm not learned in Latin. At the time it was used, it conveyed a meaning. And that is why it was sparingly given and accorded to people. It's not like today you say Mr., and so everybody is Esquire. I think this is the printer's devil. And clerk at table kindly draw the attention of the official reporting to do the writing. Honorable members, in the absence of any further correction, the official report of Tuesday, 21st October 2025.
Mr. Speaker.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's just a minor one, but I think we should have a look at it. Though I would also let my Deputy Chief Whip know that, of course, traditionally, Esquire was just used for people who didn't have anything attached to their names. But contemporary times, Esquire is referred to someone who is learned or is called to the bar. In the English, in the American system. Mr. Speaker, column 3 on the official report for Wednesday, 22nd October. Column 3, the second line. Right to inform the...
Let me put the question on the 21st before we go to 22nd.
That's
yes. Honorable members, the official report of Tuesday, 21st October 2025 is hereby adopted as corrected. We now go to the Wednesday, 22nd October 2025. Yes, any corrections?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'll seek your guidance first before I come on to the correction. Mr. Speaker, when you come to our standing orders, in terms of Order 48, where under 48.4, a copy of the parliamentary debate shall be sent to each member as soon as practicable after the conclusion of each sitting. And then the House shall correct, 5, the House shall correct and adopt the vote and proceedings and official report of a previous sitting as the true record proceedings. Mr. Speaker, we've been having challenges as to exactly when we receive this official report and at what point we review it and approve. In many instances, when they come bulky and we receive them few hours before Parliament sits, at times 2 hours before Parliament sits, it becomes difficult for members, I'll speak for myself, to review the entire document and pass comment, particularly when later you review it and there are some key issues that, if given the opportunity, you would have wanted to correct. By the time you realize, it would have lapsed. So I need your guidance just so we know that if we receive the official report, I understand previously it would have been put in our pigeonholes for at least a day or so members can take time, review, and then comment. But these days, we receive them a couple of minutes or hours before the sitting, and it doesn't help so much. So I'll seek your direction and guidance there. But let me go to column 3, and as I said, very minor one, second line, right to inform the table accordingly, because the B was missing, and I know it is typo, if they could correct that. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes, table office, kindly take note. Honourable Member, there's a lot of history to this, partly because we are using manual and we are transiting into the electronic era, and so they will be sent to you, your various emails. Official emails will receive copies of the official reports wherever you are, so that you can work on them before we sit. But as at now, we are having a challenge. Initially, Ghana Publishing was part of the Parliament of Ghana. And so the Ghana Publishing was the publishing wing of the House. And they had professional, skilled workforce that were well taken care of. And they were producing them until we had the intervention of the 66 coup. And from then, the 72 coup jeopardized the future of Ghana publishing, and it was taken away from Parliament. And it's now operating as part of I don't know what is a subvented organization. But that has caused a lot of damage to Parliament as an institution. And so since 1993, we've been struggling to establish a well-equipped, well-resourced, well-trained and motivated staff. They stay throughout till the next morning here. When you close from sitting, they stay here in the night to make sure that all these things are done before the next sitting. So there's a 24-hour economy being run here already. Long before the announcement of 24-hour. And so please bear with the office. The other aspect is that we now buy the bills from Ghana Publishing, work on the bills, pass them into law, assented to by the President, sent and gazetted by Ghana Publishing. And then Ghana Publishing sells the bills. The monies are not sent to Parliament. They are put in the consolidated fund. But we buy the bills. And so we spend a lot of money, even when we are going to pass laws for the good people of Ghana. We are not giving back. And when we are budgeting for some of these things, people think that the budget of Parliament is for the benefit of members of Parliament. And lack of information is the cause of all this. So we have to come out with our advocacy and work on these things for people to understand that it's for their own good, not for the benefit of those of you who have fortunately been given mandate to be here, including my good self. So please, this is part of the challenges, but we'll soon surmount them. We are introducing a lot of IT, and very soon you'll be getting them earlier than what pertains now. Please, any further corrections? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, column 38, the 5th paragraph, line 6. And let me read. The word there is no, but I use the word note. Note. It is so unfortunate to note that, and then I'm just asking that the table should replace no with note.
Yes, table office kindly take note of that. It's at column 38 of the official report of Wednesday, 22nd October 2025. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the official report of Wednesday, 22nd October 2025 is hereby adopted. Honorable members, we move to item 6, which is questions. Item 6, questions. Yes, Majority Leader.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the Minister is here and ready to take the questions. That's the Minister for Roads and Highways.
Yes, Honorable Minister, kindly take your proper seat. We want to start with the first question. Question number 387. It stands in the name of Osahin Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Markin, the Member of Parliament for Efutu. Yes, I'm aware that he is out of jurisdiction. Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 88.3. The member is not available at the moment, and with your permission, he has authorized me to ask the question on his behalf.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Ordinarily, I will not ask for an authority note. But because it is Honorable Habib, I insist on seeing an authority note.
Mr. Speaker, if you read the very standing order, it does not state we should provide authority note, and there was no shall there. It is a may use. And for that matter, Mr. Speaker can give me the authorization. Majority Leader, I'm your junior brother, so sometimes...
Honourable Members, Order 88, Rule 3 says that in the absence of the member, any other member so authorized may, with the prior permission of the Speaker, ask the question. So it's not authority note, but you must get the authorization of the person who actually filed the question. It was admitted and published. Then the may is not referring to the Speaker. The may is referring to the member who is rising to ask the question for and on behalf of the original Member of Parliament who filed the question. That's my understanding of the rule. Yes, Majority Leader.
So, Speaker, it says so authorized. So authorized. He has to show that he was so authorized. No. Speaker is to grant you the permission to ask the question. Speaker is to grant you the permission to ask the question, but you must be so authorized. So evidence of the authorization is needed. Because, Mr. Speaker, the minority leader asked me to ask the question on his behalf. I was about to rise up and ask for permission when he rose up and indicated that he was also authorized. So we need to establish who was actually authorized. Because I'm also claiming that I was so authorized.
There's much difference between evidence and the weight on which you put on the evidence. The evidence could be documentary, it could be oral. And depending on the judge, I'm not a judge here, I'm presiding, I will now put what weight I want on the evidence. And since you are honorable members, people for honor, my discretion will weigh in your favor, unless otherwise proven. And so when you get up and say that you have been authorized or you have the authority of so and so to ask a question on his behalf, I just will apply the omnia rule and allow you to ask the question. Yes.
With the greatest of respect. No, I just want, because this issue has popped up a couple of times in your absence. in terms of the prior approval as in Order 8083. And with your interpretation or explanation, it says any member so authorized may, and then we have, with the prior permission of the Speaker, ask the question. I want to find out, Right Honorable Speaker, is the prior permission of the Speaker mandatory? Because if the burden is on the member who may ask, and I take with the prior permission of, it will read any other member so authorized may ask the question. So I just want to see guidance, since we've had different approaches and direction from the chair in terms of this. Is the prior permission of the Speaker, when someone is so authorized, mandatory before the person, so that if the Speaker so wishes, he can say that I don't permit you, so that question is not asked. I need your direction on that. Thank you.
Yes, it has happened. You get up, you are asking for my permission to ask a question. So you haven't asked the question. Until I grant you the permission, you cannot ask the question. So when you seek the permission, I can say, no, I won't grant you that permission. I want the member himself to come to ask the question. And so the question may be deferred to another day for the member to be present for good reason to ask the question. Sometimes some questions are constituency specific. Sometimes some skills and professionalism comes into play when you are asking the question. And the follow-up questions, what we refer to as supplementary questions, are also important. And so you don't want to treat some questions in a very cavalier manner. And so the Speaker is given that authority to either permit or not permit. So that's where the prior comes in. So if I say, no, I don't grant you the leave, you can't ask the question. And that's prior to your asking the question. So that is the interpretation, and that has been the practice for some time now. I didn't know you were having some difficulty in clarifying this provision. Anyway, honorable members, you are granted leave. I know how close you are to him, so I hope that you ask the right supplementary questions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think, Mr. Speaker, your guidance will help us a lot moving forward, because many of our first-timers, they will just, or many members will just get up, quote Order 88.3, after reading it, and they read the question straight up. But the fact that I've made the application, you need to sit down until the Speaker gives you such authorization. And Mr. Speaker, to draw the majority leader attention that my minority leader is out of the jurisdiction on official work. My deputy minority leader is also out on a committee work. My chief whip is an election observer in Tanzania. So at the moment, I am in charge. And I am in charge. I am next in command, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's not in your case where you are number 3 or sometimes number 2. I am in charge. Mr. Speaker, I am in charge. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the...
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, in view of this development, I may have to leave the chamber so that he can deal with his counterparts.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to ask the question on behalf of the Member of Parliament for Efutu, to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways why construction works on the Kasua-Winneba Road has slowed down, causing significant inconvenience to motorists. Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, background. The Kasua-Winneba Road
is a critical segment of the National Route 1, which links Volta, Greater Accra, Central and Western regions. Current program. The road has been awarded under contract entitled Rehabilitation of and Upgrading of Akoti Junction, Winneba Runabout, 12 kilometers, Lot 1. Rehabilitation of and upgrading of Akoti Junction, Winneba Runabout, 12 kilometer to kilometer 30. That's Lot 2. Rehabilitation and upgrading of Kaswa, Winneba, kilometer 30. And then that's Lot 1A. Construction of interchanges at Sapato, kilometer 1 plus 500. Bujumbura, and then 3. The kilometer 3 plus 200, Ewutu Breku, and then kilometer 7 plus 200, Akoti, kilometer 9 plus 800, and 3 footbridges. The fourth one, rehabilitation and upgrading of Kaswa Winneba Road, kilometer 30, Lot 2A. The construction of interchange at kilometer 15.9, Union Market, and then kilometer 18 plus 900, Potsin, and then Twin River Bridge at kilometer 22 plus 900, Ocheko, and then 3 number footbridges. The contracts commenced on the 29th of March 2024 for completion on the 29th of March 2027. Progress of works are as follows, Mr. Speaker. Estimated at 57, 52, 70, and 69 physical completion. The contractors are on site and working. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of record, the contractor has never stopped work and has never slowed down. The contractor is one of the few that have kept working despite the situation we have had in the country prior to the election. So, Mr. Speaker, the contractor has never stopped work or slowed down. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary questions?
No, Mr. Speaker, I don't have any supplementary question.
Yeah, thank you so much. We go to Honourable Member, you have supplementary? Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I'm very much particular about this road because it leads to the western region where I'm coming from. And there's a lot of problems when it comes to traffic and lack of road signs on the road, particularly in the evening. When you drive, there is no direction from the contractor as to which road you are supposed to use, and it's all messy. So I just want to find out from the Honourable Minister what direction or what steps are being taken to ensure that in the midst of the construction in these stages, the road is properly directed for motorists so that we don't encounter the midnight accidents and the challenges, the heavy traffic that occurs on that particular corridor. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, my colleague has made a very important point. It is the responsibility of contractors to make sure all safety measures are taken, even whilst they are working within existing rights of way. So now that you've raised it, we will draw the attention of the contractor to improve all activities that will ensure that whilst they are carrying out the works, the public safety is prioritized. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to ask the Minister, how much do they owe the contractor and how much do they plan to pay the contractors this year?
I would have said that we owe him exactly how much we owed before President Mahama took office. But I don't have the exact figure. But we still owe him that much of money.
Yes, Honourable Member.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I want to find out, just by way of clarity from the Minister, whether it's the dualization of Accra Cape Coast Road, whether this is part of that particular government, whole government plan, previous government and even current government plan to dualize Accra, Cape Coast, whether this is part of that particular plan, just by way of clarity. Thank you.
Honourable Member, Second Deputy Speaker to take the chair.
Well. Let's now turn to question 294. Question 294. And that question stands in the name of Honorable Daniel Nana Addo Kenneth, a member for Okre.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, there is a subsistent question which he was about to answer before you assumed the seat. It was a follow-up question to the previous question asked. So he was about to answer before you.
Well. Yes. Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this forms part of the Abidjan-Lagos corridor. So we are supposed to work on the road from Aflao all the way to Elubo. So we are doing them in segments. So Kaswa, Winneba to Mankesim, and all the way to Cape Coast, all the way to Western region is part of this. But not all of it is under contract at the same time. But this particular section is under contract.
Thank you. We can now turn to question 294. Honorable Daniel Nana Addo Kenneth, member for Okre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when the contractor working on the following roads which have stalled will resume work: the Dewu Township Road and the Ebriu Township Road. Thank you.
Respectfully, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, background: the Dewu and Ebriu townships are located in the Okere district of the Eastern region. Current program: the town roads have been awarded under contracts entitled Addendum Number 1, Rehabilitation of New Tafo Town Roads, Kukrantumi Town Roads, 15.42 kilometers, Edukrom Ebriu Road, 5.5 kilometers, and Edukrom Town Road, 4.31 kilometers, and others, 4.73 kilometers. The project was awarded on the 27th of January 2023 for 30 calendar months. The contract commenced on the 13th of July 2023 for completion by 12th of January 2026. The project is at 82% physical completion. The contractor is currently not on site, and works have stalled due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to get a contractor to return to site and complete the outstanding works. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable Member, any further questions?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to thank the Minister for the answer, except that I want to find out the timeline. Since the Minister attributed to the contractor leaving site to delay in payment, I want to find out for the Minister the timeline so that we can estimate when the contractor will come back to site. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this Honourable House approved an amount of money as payment for arrears owed contractors in the 2025 budget. Government has since commenced disbursement towards the retirement of some of those debts. As I previously said, Mr. Speaker, with the GOG section alone, we owe over 21 billion, road fund 8 billion, cocoa roads over 7 billion. I must say that within the last 2 weeks, government has paid over 5 billion Ghana cedi towards those. But we are talking of over 30 billion. So obviously, it will not be surprising that some contractors are yet to be paid. But even the 5 billion would appear to be the biggest ever single payment by any government to contractors at a particular time. And I think President Mahama's government needed to be commended.
Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the people of Deu and Ebru would want some assurances from the minister as to the efforts to bring back the contractor, because this road plays a major role. You know, most of our deba grounds and gathering activities are along our main road. And so every weekend there are diversions. And due to the conditions of the road, this diversion creates a lot of challenges for us, as well as the new site. So want some assurances for my people in Deu and Ebru. And the minister himself knows that when I mention Ebru, he will understand that there's a special relationship between Okre and Adaku. And this is Ebru and Deu we are talking about. So some assurances from the minister. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we will do whatever is possible to make sure that we bring the contractor back to site. I must commend the contractor. He's done 82% of the work. And I wouldn't classify this contractor as one of the people who abandoned work. Having done 82% of the work, he's done well. So we encourage him to come back, whilst we also work towards paying part of how much we owe him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, let's now turn to question 295, which stands in the name of the same person, Honorable Daniel Nana Addo Kenneth. Honorable, we may take question 295.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, once again, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when the construction on the Konko Asase Koko Kwamosu Road will resume. Thank you.
Respectfully, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the road mentioned by my colleague was awarded under a project titled Rehabilitation of Konko Asese Koko Kwamaso Feeder Road, 10.6 kilometers. The contract, which was awarded on the 19th of August 2021, commenced on the 22nd of September 2021 for completion on the 22nd of August 2024. The progress of works is estimated at 84%. The contractor is currently not on site due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to get a contractor back to site to complete the outstanding works. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes. Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thank the Minister for this answer, except that in all humility and respect, Mr. Speaker, the check from as of August, the contractor's contract had been abrogated on the Asase-Oko Kwamosu Road. So I would like to find out from a minister. Normally, when these things happen, there are some repackage. What the minister is providing and probably what has been happening on the ground seems to have some a bit differences. If the minister can clarify that for us, please, respectfully.
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the extent of completion of this project is 84%, and the contractor not being on site due to delays in payment. I am not aware that the contractor has officially been asked to stop work. All I'm saying, whatever it takes for us to bring the contractors back on site, whether is the same contractor or not, it's our responsibility to make sure that happens. I'm not aware of officially terminating this contract.
Thank you. So, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Maybe that's some information that will follow up. Whilst at it, Mr. Minister, that road, the Akwamoso, Asase-Oko, Konko Road, there's a road, another road, a sandwich in between, which is Asinima to Kutiase Road, that has been tied. It's left with some 4 kilometers of road from Kutiase, Abineria, Mankrado, Bawari to Bewase. Under the same Okre-Adakru relationship, if the minister could be kind, that in assessing the Asase-Oko Kwamosu Road, if that one can be added, so that we have a whole complete stretch of road. Respectfully, Minister.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, request duly acknowledged. Action will be taken.
Well. Honorable members, kindly indulge me to jump to question
Minister,
297. Question.
I wanted to make an application so that I ask my questions. I have a third question so that, okay.
Honorable members, I'm jumping to question 297, and that question stands in the same person's name, a member for Okre, Daniel Nana Adokanet. So, Honorable Member, you may take your question 297 now.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I want to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when the Asese-Eso Abonse to Agomeda road will be completed.
Respectfully, Mr. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the road, as mentioned by my colleague, was awarded under a contract titled Upgrading of Asese-Eso Abonse Agomeda Feeder Road, 5.7 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 27th of May 2024 for completion by 25th of July 2025. The overall progress of work is 78%. The contractor is currently on site and works are progressing.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this very road leads to one of our very traditional community, Abonse, which also used to host the slave market within the greater Eastern Accra Plains. And because of their location, they are a bit departed from the main Okre towns. Just 2 months ago, the contractor has moved all his equipment to some road ongoing in the Yellow Kobo. And we want to plead with the minister, because the contractor had always been on site, as the minister indicated, but just 2 months ago. So if the minister, and it's become a source of worry for the community, if the minister could talk to the contractor, at least to bring some equipment so that the community will see that the road is ongoing, we'll be very grateful. Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, a point well made and well taken. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Let me now come back to question 296. Question 296. And the question is in the name of Honorable Charles Forson, Tema Central. Honorable, you have the floor now.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister, Roads and Highways, when the contractor assigned to the Committee 11 State Housing Corporation Enclave Inner Roads will return to site. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Community 11 State Fishing Enclave Inner Roads were awarded under the contract entitled Drainage Works along Community 11 Rose Sharon Road and selected links, 4.5 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 21st of August 2023 for the construction of the drains. Works commenced on 4th of September 2023 for completion by the 4th of January 2025. Under the project, 4.5 kilometers of drains of various sizes were constructed along the selected local roads in Community 11, namely Flamingo Drive, Sparrow Close, Sunbed Lane, Akasanoma Drive, Vego A and B lanes, Sandpiper Close, Parrot Close, Chiropractic Street, Eagle Close Link, Nightingale and Pigeon Links, and Fifth Avenue. The project is completed. The engineering design studies have been carried out on the road for consideration for the 2026 budget window. Mr. Speaker, this is like this because if you remember, I said what was awarded was just for the drains, and that has been completed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honourable Member, any further questions?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The follow-up is constituency specific. With regards to the Committee 9 light industrial area, the drains, everything has been done. What we are left with is bitumen and then the overlay. I wish to ask the Honourable Minister if it's possible for him to give some assurances if the contractor will return to site. It's a constituency specific question, please. You are very much aware of where I'm talking about, the Committee 9 light industrial area. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, indeed, I'm very much aware of the situation at Community 9, but the question that was filed was about Community 11. So if the Honourable Member wants details about Community 9, he can file a question and I'll be here to respond to the specifics.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, we turn to question 371. Question 371. And the question stands in the name of Honourable Samuel Ewuku Ekuapem North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand on Order 88.3 to seek your indulgence to ask for and on behalf of Mr. Samuel Kwabena-Ewuku, Member of Parliament for Ekuapem North, to ask the Minister for Roads and Highway
Go on. Honourable Member, go on. Leave granted. Go on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask for and on behalf of the Member of Parliament for Ekuapem South, Mr. Samuel Kwabena-Ewuku, the Minister for Roads and Highway, the measures the Ministry is implementing to curb the rampant road accidents and casualties that have been occurring at the Tete Kwashi Memorial Hospital over the past few years. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Tete Kwashi Memorial Hospital is located along the Accra-Koforidua Highway, the National Route 4 at Mampong, Ekuapem, in Eastern Region. It is a major health facility serving several communities within the Ekuapem North municipality and beyond. Current program, there is no program on the road. Future programs, engineering design studies for road safety will be carried out on the road to determine the appropriate traffic management measures for consideration in the 2026 budget, subject to availability of funds.
Yes, Honourable, any further questions?
Mr. Speaker, just by direction, the Member of Parliament wants to know if there are some timelines to this effect. That's all.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the immediate timeline is the fact that the engineering studies will be prepared for consideration under the 2026 budget, which is just a few weeks away.
Very well. So let's turn to question 372. Honourable Member, I may take that one as well. It stands the name of Honourable Samuel Ewuku.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Samuel Ewuku Ekuapem North also wants to ask the Minister for Roads and Highway the urgent infrastructure measures being implemented to ensure safe road crossing for the students of the Mampong Ekuapem Senior Technical School for the deaf, given the high-speed road they use to access facilities to the adjoining campuses? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Mampong Equiapim Senior Technical School for the Deaf is located in the Equiapim North municipality of the Eastern Region. It's a specialized education institution that provides technical and vocational training for students with hearing impairment from various parts of the country. Current program, there are no programs currently ongoing on that stretch of road. A future program, engineering design studies for the roads, for road safety, will be carried out on the road to determine the appropriate traffic management measures for consideration under the 2026 budget, subject to availability of funds.
Yes,
Thank you,
Honorable
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Member of Parliament only seeks to highlight the fact that the circumstance of these students, I mean, they are deaf, some are dumb, and looking at the high speed around the area and the adjoining campuses, because they need to cross from one campus to the other, the Member of Parliament is just pleading with the Minister to see how best they can facilitate some of this assessment so the student can have some reliefs, particularly with the routes they use. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think this doesn't need, it's just a request. So, Honorable Member, you may take again to 382. 382.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, once again, I ask for and on behalf of the Member of Parliament for Equiapim South, Mr. Samuel Ewuku, to ask the Minister for Roads and Highway when the Adoso Mangwase Tinkon Road will be completed. The Adoso Mangwase Tinkon Road will be completed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Respectful Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Adoso Mangwase Tinkong Feeder Road is a 24.5 kilometer long stretch of road. It is located in Akwapim North municipality of the Eastern Region. It is an engineered gravel road in poor surface condition. Current program, the Adoso Mangwase Tinkong Feeder Road was awarded under a project titled Upgrading of Adoso Mangwase Tinkong Road, 24.5 kilometers, on the 7th of November 2024 for completion by 17th of December 2026. The overall progress of work is currently at 45%. The contractor is currently on site and works are ongoing.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Minister for ably responding to the questions for Honorable Samuel Kwabena Ewuku. No further questions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, we will take the last question from Honorable Member for Atebubu Amantin, Honorable Sanja Nanja. Honorable Sanja Nanja. Honorable Sanja Nanja.
Honorable Speaker,
Member for Atebubu Amantin.
I would like to seek your leave to ask. I have his permission to ask the question. Can I get a copy? Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I would like to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways, when the contractor working on Atebubu Kwame Danso Road, why he has abandoned that road? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Atebubu Kwame Danso Road is a strategic corridor within the Bono East region, linking the Atebubu Amantin municipality at Atebubu to the Sene West district capital at Kwame Danso. Current program, the road was awarded under the contract titled Upgrading of Atebubu Kwame Danso Kwajo Krom Road, 35 kilometers, lot 1. The contract commenced on the 19th of December 2024 for completion by 18th of December 2026. The progress of work is currently estimated at 20.65%. The contractor is currently not on site due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to get a contractor back to site to complete the outstanding works.
Yes, Honorable.
Yes,
upon any further questions.
I want to ask the minister if he knows very well that it's one of the most dangerous roads we have in the country in terms of armed robbery. Because the roads are not good, there's always armed robberies on that road, if the minister is aware of that.
Is it a question or what?
Yeah, it's related to, he said the contractor will be, I want him to prioritize that road because it is one of the most dangerous roads we have in the country in terms of armed robbery. So I would like to ask the minister how soon the contractor will come back to site.
Very well. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, indeed, we prioritize all public roads and endeavor to improve them, including this particular road. We will continue to make all the efforts to ensure that the contractor returns to site and complete the work and to reduce the unfortunate situation as described by my colleague. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So, honourable members, we'll bring question time to a close. On behalf of the House, let me thank the Minister for Roads and Highways for attending upon the House to respond to questions from members. Honourable Member, we are grateful to you and we are hereby discharged. Yes, Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture is not available. But if you grant leave, we'll vary the order of business, skip statements, and then start with the presentation of papers. With your indulgence, if the Minister for Education can lay the paper on behalf of the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. Item number 8.
Yes, Honorable, yes, Minority Leadership.
Mr. Speaker, we don't have any difficulty. You can do it.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, may you do us the honors.
Annual statement by the Audit Committee of the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development for the year 2024.
Honorable members, the statement has been duly presented. I direct that it is referred to the Committee on Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs for consideration and report.
So, Speaker, let's take item 14. Consideration stage of the Ghana Scholarship Authority Bill 2025.
Very well. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we can take that item, but before that, we go to the consideration stage. Majority Leader, we did indicate when he was presenting the business statement that somewhere this week we should be able to have a committee of the whole or closed sitting. There are a lot of issues that we need to look at, and we'll need the presence of the finance minister or his deputy so that many of the issues that we have to discuss. So I will know. So if we, Majority Leader, can give indication as to tomorrow. Majority Leader, I need your attention. I said if you can give indication tomorrow what time we can have closed sitting. But we need the presence of either the finance minister or his deputy, so that because matters that we are going to discuss are something that they need to carry on. So I don't know tomorrow what time before we the maize is still for consideration stage. Majority Leader.
Yes, Leader of the House.
Yes, last week, indications were given that we might have to have committee of the whole session sit. Sorry. If you really want the finance minister, it will be difficult because he's out of the jurisdiction. I haven't been able to reach the deputy to be able to confirm his availability tomorrow. So if you want the ministers of finance, I have to reach out to them and then get back to you. I would have preferred that we have this tomorrow, Thursday, after sitting or during sitting somehow. So why don't we wait tomorrow? We will check with the deputy, and then if he's available, then we can quickly notify everyone so that we can have the closed sitting tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, kindly indulge me to turn to page 5. Page 5, item listed 14, Ghana Scholarship Authority Bill 2025 at the consideration stage. Thank you very much. The chairman of the Constitutional Committee, I will need your attention, and the chairman of the Education Committee, you will lead us in the consideration. Yes, Leader.
Was the chairman?
Honorable members, please. Yes, Leader, let's hear you. Okay. Yes, Chairman of Education Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have clause 4. We are still doing some consultations. So we will, clauses 4 and 5, we will not start them now. We will go to clause 17. Mr. Speaker, clause 17, we start from there.
So we are holding on with clause 4 and clause 5 for further consultations. Very well. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, it is an appeal I want to make to the Minister and the Committee Chairman and to the table office. Unfortunately, you know, this bill started last sitting. And unfortunately, we don't have copies with us. And looking at the electronic, it's not also uploaded there. So if there are some few copies around that you can make available to us so that we can follow and then make some inputs if necessary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, we are making effort to get them copies, but his concerns are very legitimate.
So, honorable members, the understanding is that we've worked up to clause 17. Only that we flag clause 4 and clause 5. So clause 4 and clause 5, we will still revisit it. So we are continuing from clause 17. Very well. Clause 17. So, Chairman of the committee.
Secretary to the board.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, clause 17, amendment proposed. Delete and insert the following as advertised. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment by the chairman. So the question is, all those in favor of the proposed amendment by the chairman say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. So I'll put the entire clause 17. All those in favor that clause 17 as variously amended stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 17 as variously amended stands part of the bill. We move to clause 18.
Appointment of other staff.
Mr. Speaker, no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, clause 18, the chairman is saying we don't have any advertised amendment. So I'll put the question, all those in favor that clause 18 stands part of the bill say aye. Honourable members, please let's respond. Once we are here, let's respond. All those in favor that clause 18 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 18 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 19.
Internal Audit Unit.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, according to the chairman, there is no advertised amendment to clause 19. The question is, all those in favor that clause 19 stands part of the bill say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 19 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 20.
Funds of the authority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, clause 20.
Hold on. Yes, Majority Whip.
Mr. Speaker, in clause 19, clause 1, we are establishing an internal audit unit in accordance with Act 921/2016. And yet in 19.2, we are saying that the head of that unit will be in accordance with the Internal Audit Agency Act 2022-03. That is Act 658. Now, my difficulty is that we need to introduce Act 658 also in clause 1, so that the head that will be appointed in accordance with Act 658 will be given government in clause 2. Because we completely sidestepped 658 in 1. Because we are establishing the Internal Audit Unit, oblivious of the existence of the Internal Audit Agency Act. So we need to introduce this law also in clause 1. So if the drafters can just accommodate it in clause 1. No, we could do so in accordance with both. Yes. Especially when we are saying that in 2, the head of the unit will be appointed in accordance with the PFM Act.
So, Chairman of the committee, are you in line with? what the Chief Whip is proposing.
Okay, my submission is that in one, we are urging the House to adopt the clause that says we are establishing an internal audit unit in accordance with the PFM Act 2016-921. Now, if that subsists, then you cannot say in two that the head of that unit will be appointed in accordance with another law, which is the Internal Audit Agency Act 658, without first saying that the establishment of the unit will also be in accordance with the law that the head will be in accordance with. So we want to, there are two existing legislations that we are struggling to comply with. So it's proper that we introduce the 203 law in 1901, just to accommodate it there. That is the establishment provision. Then the head of the unit that is established under that law will also be in accordance with the 203 law.
Well. Yes. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm referring, in order to respond legally and appropriately to the whip, will be to refer to Section 83 of the Public Financial Management Act, which provides that there shall be a covered entity, and that covered entity shall have an internal audit unit. So I'm using, if that is so, then he only will insist for abundance of caution, because reference is made to the appointment of the authority shall have an internal audit unit. So that is the creation of the unit in accordance with the Public Financial Management Act. That is Ghana's basic and fundamental law on fiscal management. So once it provides, and I read, Mr. Speaker, a covered entity shall have an internal audit unit. The head of the internal audit unit shall report administratively to the principal spending officer and functionally to the audit committee. So this is what is provided for in the PFM Act. Mr. Speaker, he is behaving typically that he is from Tolong and the MP for Tolong. I say typical Tolong man. Thank you. The honour member for Nalergo and Savulgo know what I mean. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Majority Whip, I have been informed by the drafted that this is the standard format that has been adopted. So, Honorable Whip, according to the drafters.
Speaker, we legislate to reform. There is, let me quote the Internal Audit Agency Act. It's also a substantive legislation formulated by this House. So my problem is that we are introducing in 1991 that we are setting up the internal audit unit only in accordance with 921/2016, when there is a substantive legislation governing internal audit agencies. So all I'm saying is that we should be able to introduce the 203 law, the 658, also in 1901, so that the head of that unit that we are appointing under 19.2 is substantially in accordance with the 203 law will be proper.
Well. Let me refer that to the drafters. We will look at it and see how best we can carve it well. So let's turn to clause 20.
Funds of the authority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Clause 20. There's an advertised amendment, but the committee would like to abandon that proposed amendment and to further amend or request the deletion of paragraph B, 2% of the total oil revenue. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Come again. Hold on.
Yeah.
So there are two proposed amendments that has been advertised. You abandon all the two proposed. Only the first one. Okay. Okay. So,
Mr. Speaker, is a cabinet policy decision not to earmark oil revenue for the purpose of source of funds for the authority. Mr. Speaker, arguably as sponsor of the bill when I was articulating it, I hope you indulge me just to put it for the record. The 2.5%, it was my contemplation that into the future, Ghana can have a scholarship and bursaries authority so that this dedicated money would be used to administer bursaries and scholarship. Having been Minister for Education, Mr. Speaker, the most impactful initiative of President Mahama under his reset have been the no fees stress and the no fees for persons with disability. It was my thinking that we could earmark for the purpose of dealing with this into the future. But probably when we see the operation of this law, we would come back in the future. But Cabinet advised that I stand down the 2% of total revenue. But my thinking was to earmark it in order that you just don't fund scholarship, but you create a scholarship and bursaries authority into the future. And also recognizing that the state, as of today, we owe millions of dollars in scholarship. In the US alone, over $40 million. In the UK, over 20 million pounds. We will have to rely on budgets. That may mean that you may disappoint a number of students who are on scholarship. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, let me go to Okre. Okay, then let me call Honorable Kabiru. It has come.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to thank the Minister for clarity. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, my issue has got to do with clause 20, the E and the D. One is loans. You are still on B's. Okay. I thought because you were making an amendment to delete it. But...
Dr. Kabiru.
Mr. Speaker, I want to differ from the sponsor of the bill in the sense that if you look at this whole clause, the proposed paragraph he seeks to delete is the only concrete, is the only measurable funding source for the scholarship program. The rest are to the discretion of people. There are no numbers attached to it. And this is the only funding source.
Are you listening to him? Yes.
This is the only funding source that is very concrete, that is very measurable, that we can determine how much is coming to the scholarship fund. The rest is as of discretion of the executive. Mr. Speaker, if you are establishing a fund, one cardinal important thing to the establishment is your funding source. If there is no funding source that you can clearly place your hands on, then you better not establish it. And I think that even though this is coming from the executive, this House, with the power to make law, would have to insist on very clear, measurable funding source. Otherwise, we are just making a law without the efficacy of that law. Mr. Speaker, I propose, I prevail on the sponsors of this bill that even if the 2% is something that they think is too onerous and a burden on the oil revenues of the country, we can propose a very lower percent. Mr. Speaker, using the oil resource of the country to educate our people is a very good investment. There's no better use of our money than to use it to educating the sons and daughters of Mother Ghana. And I don't know why Cabinet will take such a decision to drop this rather laudable proposal. Mr. Speaker, I'll prevail, I'll urge this House that at least 1% of the oil revenue of the country should be used. Otherwise, the rest, we cannot, the rest, we can't determine where they will come from.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well, thank you. I'll come back to you. Let me listen to Azebu Ahmad, then I'll come to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, once the Honorable Minister had abandoned and actually asked for it to be deleted, I wouldn't want to make any argument towards it. But from where my brother Kabiru is coming from, this is a scholarship fund. It is a subset of the general education fund, which Get Fund and the rest are supposed to take care of. And I think we should be more interested in making money available for the totality of education. And so if you commit as much as 1% or 2%, specifically for scholarship, what is the percentage of Ghanaians? And if you look at who the beneficiaries are, let me leave that and rather go to 20C. The B. No, the B has been deleted. I asked for it to be deleted. Okay.
Let me give it to the chairman of the Constitutional Committee.
Mr. Speaker, I'm exceedingly grateful. Mr. Speaker, I don't think we should split heads on this provision. If you look at 20A, whether it's 10%, 19%, or 100%, it will still be approved by this House. So 20A says that monies approved by Parliament is omnibus enough to cover all the speculations that we are contemplating here. And so I think that the deletion is in the right direction. The fact that we will tie ourselves up to 2% in here, it could have been more if approval is given for Parliament to give that. And so we take that off and leave 20A, which gives an omnibus sort of approval for Parliament. At any rate, Mr. Speaker, what monies can be paid to anybody without parliamentary approval? So that is why approval has to be sought from Parliament. Period.
Well.
Yeah. That's right.
Yes, Honorable Yindam.
That's fine.
Mr. Speaker, I think that we all appreciate the explanation that my good friend Shabu has given. We are all interested in this bill because it's about scholarships. And like the memorandum says, this was established somewhere in the 1960s. So it's something that our grandparents thought about and brought this into fruition. It is up to us to make sure that this thing works. And it is a plus in the minister's cap because this is the first time we are coming out with such a comprehensive document to guide this scholarship secretariats. Mr. Speaker, we all agree with the minister because it's a policy from cabinet, and we cannot be debating cabinet policies. But it is in our interest as Ghanaians that if we are doing something, we must try and do it well. So if maybe the 2% is even higher, we are talking about oil revenues, and it would have been best if we had some components so reliable that this particular, even the Get Fund formula, that's why I was saying that if you look at what Shabu said, that monies approved by Parliament is omnibus enough. So what is the use of a percentage of money from Get Fund? What is the use of it? No, because it is omnibus enough. So let's delete everything so that we just leave money approved by Parliament. But it is because it's not enough. That's why sometimes we are coming out with some kind of funding to support the scholarship secretariat. So we agree that it is a policy matter, but maybe like Minister, in a way that going forward, future, we should be looking at it. We may do politics with it, but at the end of the day, look at the quantums of money that Minister is talking about. We are indebted when it comes to the scholarship secretariat. So I think that is good. We will leave it here. We all know what is going on. Then we'll go up to other areas. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. So, honourable members, I will be inclined to put questions if I see that one issue we are just splitting our hairs on. I'll put the question so that the majority will move on. Is that okay? That's the essence of majoritarianism. If one issue, Dr. Kabilu thinks this way, and Honorable Professor Yinsu is also thinking another way, and it is going on, the only thing we can do is to put it on vote. So I think this one we've understood it. Or Professor Dr. Kabilu is still on.
Mr. Speaker, I agree. Just safe to say that sometimes the majority needs a bit of explanation and convincing. And I will just urge that when the issue is so contentious like it is, your laxity of time to dilate more into the issue could convince them. I'm not sure they came to this chamber with a very iron cast or, concrete cast mind on these provisions. So the argument we are raising is to help them and to help us as a country. Mr. Speaker, except to say that I agree with you that when it's ongoing, then we'll put it to question and then we can vote as such. Thank you.
Very well. So, honourable members, so Chairman, let me hear your proposal again.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we are abandoning the proposed amendments and so delete B as well.
So we are deleting B entirely?
Yes.
Okay. So now we move to C. Is that the case? Okay. Okay. You are saying I should put the question. But he says he has abandoned it. He's saying he has abandoned it. Come again. It's a deletion. Very well, very well. So, honourable members, all those in favor that we delete B on cross 20 say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, I'll put the question again. Honourable members, allow me to put the question again. All those in favor that we delete cross B, 20B, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it, eh? Okay, the ayes have it. So we move to C. Let the chairman, then you come back. You come. Yes, chairman.
Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed. Paragraph C, delete and insert the following. Monies approved by Parliament for scholarships in the Ghana Education Trust Fund. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment to clause 20C. 20C. Yes.
Please, there is an omission. It should be monies approved by Parliament for scholarships in the Ghana Education Trust Fund formula.
So that will be the rendition. Very well. So, honourable members, clause 20C. Yes, honourable member for Dotobri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, looking at the 20A and 20C as proposed, I really don't see the difference. I see that the C is rather being superfluous. I would rather we delete the C as proposed and maintain just the A. C is just superfluous.
Very well. Chairman, he is saying that the C is just a subset of A. Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, not necessarily. Every money in Ghana by law is paid into the consolidated fund. Parliament exercises financial oversight over the budget, and Parliament can at any time decide that we are dedicating this amount of money to fix a problem in the country, be it award of scholarship. Mr. Speaker, every year the GET Fund comes to this House with its formula. It has been an integral part of the GET Fund formula every other year that a minimum allocation is made for scholarships. That has been the practice. So we are now making it law that a portion of the GET Fund formula will be dedicated to scholarships. So if this is approved, when the formula is presented to Parliament, you would see a budget line, scholarships, from the GET Fund. It may not be enough, but at least it provides cushion for those in school to be able to do it.
Well. Yes.
A percentage.
Member for Office-on-Off.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Earlier, I would have agreed taking out the percentage in the GET Fund formula. As I said earlier, I would have agreed to taking out the percentage for the GET Fund formula. But unfortunately, we have denied Ghanaian students almost $13.5 million by deleting B, the 2% of oil revenue. Last year, approximately, we had about $1.35 billion. And by deleting B, we are saying that we are denying our young ones almost $13.5 million that we can help develop them, they can take over this nation. So if we are taking out that, then we cannot be sure the percentage of the GET Fund money that is coming in. That means that we cannot assure young ones, young Ghanaian, the youth of this country, that this is the amount of money that we are putting in their education. So, Mr. Speaker, there has to either we are bringing the 1% of the oil revenue and leave as amended being proposed by the chairperson, or we will have to put a certain percentage. But here we are, because we need to have some. I'm making an argument, Mr. Speaker. I'm making an argument because if you've taken one, we can't take two away. That means the argument that was made by my member of our Parliament for Odotobri will stand, because we are saying money is approved by Parliament, then money is approved, the formula money that is approved by Parliament. We know for sure with the GET Fund, there's a percentage of our taxes that is going to GET Fund. But we also have to be assured what percentage that is going towards the scholarship. So there has to be a percentage. If not, then, Mr. Speaker, we may have
Did you listen to the minister?
Yes.
The minister is trying to say that over the years, the GET Fund has been doing that. But there's no budget line or GET Fund is not actually obligated to do that. But now, once we approve this, here, the formula there will be a line dedicated to scholarship. Minister, is that not the argument?
Rightly so, Mr. Speaker. What our colleagues should appreciate is that when this scholarship authority is established, it becomes a public entity and is entitled to budgetary allocations by the Honorable Minister for Finance. In his budget allocation, he can say that I'm dedicating an amount of 20 million for the scholarship authority, but that has to be approved by Parliament as part of the approval of the budget and appropriation. But the formula is a statutory fund, which also comes to Parliament for Parliament to exercise oversight. So we can have monies approved by Parliament that takes care of my first argument. Then the second is a percentage from the Ghana Education Trust Fund. Mr. Speaker, we have a problem. There are Ghanaian students abroad who are in final year, who, if you don't get money to pay their fees, probably will have difficulty completing school. We are mindful of that, but I said this other bursaries and scholarship authority is futuristic. Mine is that I see no wrong in us dedicating a portion of oil revenue to support human resource and human capital. Every country sees human resource. But I'll come back to this House, Mr. Speaker, in the foreseeable immediate future to see if we can establish a scholarship and bursaries authority. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Education Minister, Education Minister, I'll need your attention here. Mr. Speaker, we are making laws and we are trying to make it better. If you look at 20B, even though we've passed that stage, you were very specific that 2% of the total oil revenue. But C, you said a percentage of money from the Ghana Education Trust Fund determined by the board. So my question here is that, and the question my colleague was trying to establish, if Get Fund bring their formula here, I'm coming.
Let him finish.
To be determined by the board, because the minister in his response, no, not the advertised amendment, the minister in his response says that a percentage from the Get Fund formula will be used to fund the scholarship secretariat. What percentage of the Get Fund formula? So assuming the board decides to say that, okay, because you are not specific in passing or making this a law, we are giving you, let's say, 0.03%, and which will be insignificant, or elect to say that what we are giving or what we have realized in terms of the revenue from Get Fund, we are giving you something that is insignificant. Because the funding part is a very serious component of the entire scholarship secretariat. So if we don't have dedicated funding, of which the oil revenue, even though we have passed that stage, was very much okay, because you know that you are getting some 2% from oil revenue. Rather than that, you pass the law and you will not be able to fund it. It will just be there, a white elephant. How do you fund it? So I think we have to be very specific on that.
Well. Yes, let me give to. Okay. Honorable Shaibu.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I think that I tend to agree with leader. If you check the original rendition, Mr. Speaker, it says a percentage of monies from the GET Fund or the Ghana Education Trust Fund determined by the board. Indeed, we saw that determination by the board will not hold. It is rather by Parliament. Okay, so in coming out with the new rendition, we left out the percentage. So I think that I will make a further proposal, an amendment to bring in a percentage of monies approved by Parliament for the scholarships in the Ghana Education Trust Fund formula. I so move.
Very well. So it means now you've done away with the board.
Yes. Not by the board, by
Yes.
Parliament.
Okay, so that is his new rendition. That's the proposed. Shaibu, can you come again with the new rendition?
Speaker, we have to be guided by a very recent legislation, which is the Medical Trust Fund Act. That's all we did. We took money from NHI. The NHI formula is approved by this house. Yes, it's a percentage. So hold on, please. So it is not novel that we take money from a fund that is already established and approved by this house. Now, the argument that we should indicate a percentage, by all means, it will be a percentage. But the wisdom is that when that formula comes to this house, every time we debate it and agree on which percentage should go where. So we will be caging ourselves into a straitjacket if we determine a certain percentage. I think what we should do is that we should give the mandate. And when they formulate it and give the various categories and they come, then we will determine by the various arguments and debates on the floor. Then we will assign the portions. But if you put it in the legislation, then even if they want to up it, then it means we must come by amendment. So I want the drafters to look at the Medical Trust Fund bill, the phrase used to tidy this up, and then we can make progress. But once the percentage introduced by the Honorable Shaibu Mahama will not harm the provision, I believe we can carry it. It will be a further amendment to what has been advertised. Then we can make progress, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, we have a certain situation and we don't want to stay too long. So we should curtail. I'm saying we have a certain situation. We don't want to stay too long. So the debate must be brief so that we can make progress and we can adjourn for today.
Yes, Honorable Kabiru.
Mr. Speaker, we are talking about two different things here. The first thing is the Ghana Education Trust Fund. That is one thing. And we are talking about Ghana Education Trust Fund formula. These are two different things. If we are making reference to the formula, we cannot put percentage to it, and that becomes a problem for this particular fund. But if you are talking about the Ghana Education Trust Fund, we will need to put a percentage to it. And that's what I'm saying, that if we are conflicting the two, we'll get it wrong. The formula is being discussed and is debated by this House. So there's nothing concrete about the formula until it comes to this House and debated and all money is approved. But for the fund and the amount goes to it, the amount that goes into the fund is determined up in issue. Because we have passed the law and we are saying that a certain percentage of our revenue taxes should go to the trust fund.
Yes.
So it's determined.
Yes.
Now, we don't want to look at the allocation of that particular percentage to various sectors. And we are proposing that if we deleted B, and we are saying that government should approve monies, then we must be ready to put some percentage of funds that should be drawn from the GET fund to finance this bill. But if you say that a percentage of the formula, it means that when they come and say 0.
But my brother, the money that goes to the fund is the entire money that comes to this House to determine how it's supposed to be used through the formula. So I see it as the same, because the money that is coming from the consolidated fund to the GET fund is the entire money that will be brought here for us to determine how the formula is supposed to be. So you will determine how much you should give it to the scholarship.
Mr. Speaker, and that is exactly what we want to prevent. It is exactly what we want to prevent. Mr. Speaker, we have to look at the intent of this bill, this proposed act or bill. We are collapsing GMPC scholarship program. By the application, by the enactment of this bill, we are consolidating. That is the act. That's what the act says. The act says that we are consolidating the different scholarship program. If that is what the act says, then basically I'm right. Because the object of the act, of the bill, Mr. Speaker, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4 of the memorandum. Sorry. Furthermore, the multiplicity of public institutions handling or awarding scholarship without collaboration with the Secretariat is another challenge that affects the effectiveness and efficacy of the Secretariat in the performance of its function. This, in particular, affects the responsibility of the Secretariat to report fully and accurately to government and other stakeholders on all scholarship awarded by public institutions in the country. Mr. Speaker, that is the import of this bill. And so if I say that by this bill, GMPC scholarship cannot go on without reference to this bill, I'm right. And there was money that GMPC will set aside for their program. Now that money is supposed to then be channeled to this particular fund. And that is what was contemplated in B of clause 20. That was what was contemplated in B of clause 20. Now we are saying that we are deleting B. And I'm saying that once we are deleting B, let's refund a certain percentage. And then we would be very concrete with the funders. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I'm afraid this bill will be a white elephant.
Well.
Mr. Speaker, I think the Education Minister, based on the argument Dr. Kabiru is advancing, it is important and very necessary if we want the survival of this bill to allocate a percentage. We should not just be thinking about this parliament. Now, this parliament, the majority, you have super majority of 189, 185 plus the independent. Assuming, Mr. Speaker, what happened in the 8th parliament? If Mr. Speaker had elected to do business with the minority would have been majority, even though they won't have the executive president. So if Parliament wants to staff an institution based on its numbers, if we are all not putting percentage, we will have that powers to do that if we leave the bill to stand. But we should be able to pass a bill that will go beyond this Parliament. So assuming there is an executive president, but the party that is holding the presidency is not having majority in Parliament, then you said the formula and the percentage must be determined by Parliament. If I am in that opposition party have majority in Parliament and I want to staff the scholarship bill, you bring the formula and I either give you 0.01% of whatever it is. So it is good that we put a certain percentage to it so that it will guide us and so that the bill will have life moving forward.
Mr. Speaker, I will persuade my colleagues to appreciate that this is Parliament. The Get Fund formula will come to Parliament and Parliament will make a decision. Mr. Speaker, under the Public Financial Management Act, we ought to do fiscal analysis. How much do you need for scholarship in a particular year? We can decide as a country that tomorrow we need to train more engineers or medical doctors. That will determine how much Parliament should allocate to support scholarship. So when you say a percentage, we are leaving that to Parliament, that whenever the Get Fund formula comes before you, mindful of the need of the scholarship authority, then you make sure for that year, then that will be done. Mr. Speaker, we are also minded that the Minister for Finance is doing an overall revision of the value-added tax, which is the source or feed to the Get Fund. And therefore, when you put a percentage, you may go and get less than what you require when you need more. So, colleagues, I think that a percentage is enough. The burden and mandate is still that of Parliament. Then, based on practice, we can improve it over the years. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well. So,
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I agree with Minister. But, Mr. Speaker, We have been in this house for some time now, and monies allocated or monies given by ministers and all allocations being made. Mr. Speaker, some of these things, they really don't go by it. We've all been in this house for some time now. And if we are leaving it this way, it is too discretionary. Too discretionary. Mr. Speaker, the formula has always been approved by this parliament. And there have always been some kind of allocation from the formula to scholarship secretariats. If we want to go by that way, then I don't see why we should legislate it. Because it has always been so. Because any formula that we bring to this house, there is a portion or there is a line that goes to scholarship secretariats. I don't know why we are running away from a percentage, because the Chief Whip just mentioned the medical trust fund. There was a specific percentage. It was there. We never argued this way, because there was some kind of powers behind it. We never argued, because we knew it was going to enhance Mahama Care. And because of Mahama Care, we didn't talk. We all agreed.
Because this one is Haruna Care.
But because this one is coming to Ghana Care, there is a problem. Mr. Speaker, there is a problem. There shouldn't be a problem. Please, I have the floor now. So please.
One is Haruna Care.
So, Mr. Speaker, I will want to propose an amendment, or I want to appeal to Minister. These are two things. If we will flag this particular clause, I'll be happy. But if we are not flagging, then I want to make a proposal. And, Mr. Speaker, this is my proposal. You either vote it or it stands. 15% of money approved by Parliament of... Mr. Speaker, I take it again. 15% of money approved by Parliament for scholarships in the Ghana Trust Fund, Education Trust Fund formula. 15%. That is my proposal. So put the question, so that if we are voted out, we know that we've been voted out, but we've made our case.
No debate.
Honourable members, like I said, I think I'll be inclined to be putting the questions as we move on, because we have diverse views on any issue that come before us. So,
Speaker, two things. One, the amendment before us is the further amendment enhanced by the Honorable Mahama Shaibu.
Yes.
That is where we are. Now there's a counter. There's a counter from the Honorable Nyindam.
Yes.
But in making that counter, Mr. Speaker, he went very unparliamentary. There's no way this bill that is sponsored by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's government is not meant for Ghana.
You should take things lightly.
No, we take things lightly, but Mr. Speaker, if you allow such things to go into the records, it is Ghana Care, aka Mahama Care. So this bill, Mr. Speaker, let the record reflect that it's sponsored by GM's government. So even though it is Mahama Care, it is still Ghana Care. Let the record reflect that.
So honourable members, Honourable Sesu, I will give you next this one. Let's move on. So give us the proposed further amendment that you gave. Then I will take the question on the counter proposal from Honourable Nyindam. Then you move on.
Mr. Speaker, most grateful. Mr. Speaker, I haven't listened to the arguments. May I rehash the new rendition?
Yeah, give us the rendition, new rendition, the new proposed.
So, Mr. Speaker, clause 20C, the proposed new amendment should be a percentage of monies approved by Parliament for scholarships in the GET Fund, the Ghana Education Trust Fund formula. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, there is a further proposed amendment to the one advertised on the other paper. All those in favour of the proposed further amendment say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the further proposed amendment is carried. Yes, Honorable Indam, will you still maintain your counter?
Mr. Speaker, I have abandoned my proposal. But I know tomorrow you will come back to this proposal. Although I have abandoned it. Because the powers here are very less.
So, honourable members, I'll put the entire question cross 20. All those in favour that cross 20 as variously amended stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Cross 20 as variously amended stands part of the bill. Cross 21.
Bank accounts of the authority.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, there is no advertised amendment according to the chairman. And I'll put the question, all those in favour that cross 21 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, clause 21 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 22.
Expenses of the authority.
Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, there is no advertised amendment according to the chairman of the committee. And the question is, all those in favour that clause 22 stands part of the bill, say aye. So you can't also respond. All those in favour that clause 22 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried. And that clause 22 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 23.
Accounts and audits.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Yes, there's no advertised amendment as per the chairman. And the question is, all those in favour that clause 23 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 23 is directed to stand part of the bill. Clause 24.
Annual report and other reports.
Mr. Speaker, there is no advertised amendment.
Honourable members, there is no advertised amendment to clause 24. And the question is, all those in favour that clause 24 stands part of the bill, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. Clause 24 is directed to stand part of the bill. Before we move to clause 25, let's turn to the Speaker's Gallery. We have a guest from Pan-African Parliament, and they are a committee on trade, custom, and immigration. They are here, sitting at the Speaker's Gallery. They are 5 in number. Yes, they are 5. And the first one is Honorable Rodney Crote. He is from Namibia. The second one is Honorable Hannah Benkaya. She is from Morocco. The third one is Honorable Jonathan Daka, and he is from Zambia. The fourth one is Ms. Marina da Trida, and she is from Benin and is a clerk to the committee. And lastly, Mr. Jeffrey Ongenga, and he is from Gabon and is the head of the media and public relations. Honourable members, you are welcome. We wish you well, and we pray that you enjoy Ghana. We believe you are already enjoying, and you enjoy more. So you have visited your colleagues and we are at the moment making laws. We are at the consideration stage. You are welcome once again. So let's turn to clause 25. Chairman.
Eligibility criteria for award of scholarship.
Mr. Speaker, amendment proposed. Add the following new subclause. Despite subsection 1, the authority may, for the purpose of improving international cooperation, grant a scholarship to a person who is a non-Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Very well. Honourable members, there is a proposed amendment to clause 25. That is clause 25. Yes.
Thank you.
Let me listen to the Minister for Labour and Employment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this clause is a very good clause. It touches on the fact that Ghana's position from the very beginning, when we granted scholarships to other countries, individuals in other countries, enhance our capacity as leaders in Africa, and so it's recapturing that flavor. But I'm asking whether for improving international relations could be the only reason why we could be granting scholarship to a person from another country. It could also have some connotation in academic excellence and some other reasons. Specialized areas of endeavor in academic work that could have an enhancing interest in Ghana. So I'm just wondering whether we could not do a little amendment to reflect.
So let's hear you. What proposal do you make? Is there any rendition you are coming up with?
My proposed amendment is that a person, I can't see it, 25. Yeah, so okay. So I was going to suggest that we say international cooperations and also as a result of academic excellence.
So Honorable Minister, I'll give you the opportunity. Just sit down and craft the rendition you want us to have. So, Minister, Honorable Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, to sort clarification on clause 25, a person qualifies to apply for scholarship under this act if the person is A Ghanaian, and B, brilliant and needy. Mr. Speaker, the brilliant and needy part.
It's not brilliant and needy, it's brilliant but needy.
Okay, brilliant but needy. So who determines who is needy? Discrimination, Mr. Speaker, discrimination. So Chairman, if you can throw more light on it, who will determine that this person is needy? And Mr. Speaker, the discrimination laws that we have, if you want to be specific to say that the person must be brilliant and needy, but needy, Mr. Speaker, that one we should look at it very well so that it can come out very well, or else it might offend other laws.
Yes.
Speaker, I believe that the phrase brilliant but needy has assumed the status of a term of art now, and we are enacting it into our legislation. Speaker, number one, to determine how brilliant you are, your transcript is the basic reference point, or your terminal report. Now, yes, your results. So that's the basic reference point. Then two, your circumstance. Your circumstance could be that you are from Hamile and you are making first class in engineering at Takwa. Now, yes, there are. But I am saying that you are from Hamile. We are using circumstance. Or, Mr. Speaker, you are from Agodeke in Afram Place North. and you are making first class, we are using circumstance. Apart from determining that you are brilliant, we are using further circumstances to establish that. So that becomes a matter of discretion for the board to exercise. We do this in legislation all the time, provided that it is not abused. So that in determining who is brilliant but needy, the people are not concentrated in the elitist neighborhoods. That is the essence of what we are doing, so that the opportunities are fairly distributed. Mr. Speaker, further to the amendment that is being proposed, the international cooperation is so important because, Mr. Speaker, as we speak, the United Kingdom, the United States of America, the Kingdom of Morocco, the Federal Republic of Nigeria and India, Australia, they all give Ghanaian students scholarships using funds or revenues generated by the citizens of those countries. So it is to further our stance in the Committee of Nations that we can also legislate to reciprocate these gestures. Look at Cuba. Cuba takes a lot of our young people every year. So, Mr. Speaker, I believe that my senior, the Honorable Rashid people, will look at it, and if he's not minded to further his amendment, then we can carry the proposed amendment and make progress. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, I seek your guidance. I humbly seek your guidance. We have the proposed amendments with us, and we have the bill as well with us. The bill, clause 25, is stating the categories at which the scholarship will be given. Now, the proposed amendment is suggesting other support or other conditions. Mr. Speaker, if any member here thinks that what the proposal is making, there are problems with it, Mr. Speaker, the person should make the proposal so that you put the question on it. Because the suggestions have been made here. VII is giving us, despite subsection 1, the authority may, for the purpose of improving international cooperation, grant scholarship to a person who is a non-Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, it is not the point for you to justify whether it is good to be there or not. It is for you, Mr. Speaker, to put the question whether somebody else, whether the House has agreed to be part of the bill or not. Mr. Speaker, again, when you go to the same clause, VII, it says a scholarship awarded by the authority shall be based on A. So it's making a new rendition. A, the merit for the applicant. 2, B, the developmental need of the country. Or C, the need to improve international cooperation. Mr. Speaker, so you give us a guidance.
Honourable member, you see, when you look at the A person qualifies to apply for a scholarship under this act if the person is a Ghanaian, right? So that is the basic qualification. But the amendment is coming up that there may be an instance that somebody would be not a Ghanaian, but under her circumstance or his circumstance, we may have to consider his application. Is that not the argument? So I think it is something that we can. And that's why they are giving reason for maybe international cooperation for this. So I think the amendment is up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That's all I'm seeking to
So
get.
I'll put the question. All those in favor of the proposed amendment is carried, say aye. All those against say no. Honourable members, the ayes have it. The proposed amendment is carried. Now the same clause 25.
Mr. Speaker, VIII. Amendment proposed. Add the following new subclause. A scholarship awarded by the authority shall be based on A, the merit of the applicant, B, the developmental need of the country, or C, the need to improve international cooperation? Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Well. So it is in favor of the earlier one. So all those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye.
Clear, it's not. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, I don't see any problem with this.
Mr. Speaker, I think we need to be clear with what we are doing as far as clause 25 is concerned. If you look at the proposed bill, it has two criteria. A Ghanaian. B, a brilliant but needy. Then when you go to the amendment,
Honourable Fred, speak to the mic, please.
When you go to the amendment, we are talking about two different things that are also confusing. Mr. Speaker, if we are proposing despite subsection A1, I agree. So that becomes subsection 2. This is the first. So now we have to deal with subsection 1. So that if subsection 1 is A, Ghanaian, B, brilliant but needy, then C, we can talk about the developmental need of the country. Then of course we can.
No. Honourable, you are missing. The first one is concluded. The person should be a Ghanaian, and the person should be brilliant but needy.
Okay.
Then they came up with an amendment that there could be a situation that somebody may not be a Ghanaian.
Yeah, but Mr. Speaker, that becomes to that if we don't clarify, it's going to be because those two things should not be alone. In that case, I was going to propose that the eligibility should also meet eligibility criteria as determined by the board. Because if you stick to only the two, which is a Ghanaian and brilliant but needy, it's not the standard is used across the world as far as scholarships are concerned. Because if you look at the stress-free tuition support, it's also a scholarship. And if you say only brilliant but needy student, then you are taking some out. So, Mr. Speaker, let's clearly look
So what do you suggest? So that you put the question.
A person qualifies to apply for a scholarship under this act if the person is A, a Ghanaian, and B, brilliant but needy, but to include C, meet eligibility criteria, meet specific eligibility criteria are determined by the board. We should add that. Then, of course, we can.
Honourable Fred, I don't side with you, but I'll put the question. I must confess, I don't side with you, but I'll put the question so that you move on. So, all those in favor of the proposed amendment of my brother from Offensive North say aye. All those against say no. So the noes have it.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members,
Mr. Speaker.
Let him be frank with you. Today, I am not in this position to. So let's move on.
No, it's important. You know, I only come in when I have good reason. I don't do this for the fun of it. Mr. Speaker, I'm commenting on the amendment proposed, which has to do with the eligibility criteria. Here it says, a scholarship awarded by the authority shall be based on the merit of the applicant, which is fine. But the developmental needs of the country, that is where I have a problem when we are discussing the eligibility criteria of the person. Because if you take the heading, it says eligibility criteria for the award of scholarship. and we are dealing with the person. So a person qualifies to apply. But when we are talking about the developmental needs, I think that is problematic as an eligibility criteria. So, yeah, so maybe you need to explain that to me.
Minister, hold on. Yes.
Before you clarify, just to add to what he's saying, Minister, if you look at what the amendment is saying, the developmental needs, you will see that if you move forward to clause 27, it talks about the consideration of application. And I think that amendment, no, I'm saying that this amendment, I'm making the proposal here that this amendment may better suit at the consideration of application, where we are going to look at the developmental needs, or because in that area you talk about the priorities of the donor. So in commenting, I think that would better suit, that amendment will suit at 27 than at eligibility. Now,
Cross 27.
Yes, for the developmental needs of the country. Now, on eligibility, I just want a clarification whether the consideration is put together, whether it has to be a Ghanaian and brilliant but needy, or they are separate. Because I'm of the view that once the person has qualified to enter into any of our institutions and has admission and continues to be there, there are a lot of people, like in my constituency, may not be able to pay their fees. But when we say brilliant but needy, then we are trying to segregate people. So I want that clarification from the minister in affirming this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minister. Yes, Professor Grace.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm trying to use this to explain the honourable member from Efien's question about the developmental needs of the country. Mr. Speaker, I think that the clause 25B is saying
Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.